Welcome everyone, and here so far we have talked about one of the managerial functions, that is planning. Our module has started with the five main functions: planning, leading, organizing, staffing and controlling. So here we will be talking about the organization and organizing and organizational structures, so that you should be able how to organize tasks, how to organize people, so that they could achieve the organizational goals. So let's go with this part, and the main purpose of this lecture is to understand managerial roles and different organizational structures. So if you continue with the organization structure, the let's talk about the definition of the organizing, arranging and structuring work to accomplish the organizational goals. For example, if you divide marketing department, finance department and HR department and IT department, these four functions you have properly divided and you have organized the team accordingly. So this is the way you are actually organizing. So organization structure will evolve based on this task. Let's say IT task will give you the team, which people are required in the IT department, which people are required in the HR department, which people, the team of people are required in the finance department. So organization structure level to the level of management and division of responsibilities within a business. They can be represented on an organizational chart. You can make a chart. For example, on the top you have the CEO of the Bank Muscat, then you have the branch managers, and then you have the cashiers, and the different other departments are there in this regard. So line managers are actually have authority over people, directing them, like your IT manager could be a line manager who is directing everyone regarding how to operate the network, how to troubleshoot, how to install softwares, so things like that. So staff managers, they actually are specialists who provide support, information and assistance to the line manager. The IT department could also work as the supporting staff for a main function, like Bank Muscat. If they are opening account, they are dealing with the customer. Without an application or without the IT team, they cannot survive. So the purpose of organizing, let's discuss about the purpose of the organizing. So actually, what is the purpose? So that divides the work to be done into specific job and department, like marketing department, HR department, assign tasks and responsibilities to individuals, and then you coordinate across the teams or within the team, or across the department or within department. For example, if you need to open a bank account, you need the help from your IT department as well, but you are a branch manager over there, so you actually coordinate with your IT staff in case of any troubleshooting. Similarly, a customer can generate an email and contact the IT staff that my Bank Muscat app is not working, or Talbiyat app is not working, or SULMS portal is not working. You will email it to IT staff at Sohar University. So clusters of jobs in units, you will prepare different clusters. For example, senior management will have the senior manager of finance, senior manager of HR, senior manager of marketing. Like you may have managers level, then in the manager you have all department, different manager level could be there. So establish formal line of authority, so that a cashier should know that he has to report the assistant manager of Sohar branch, and assistant manager will report to the manager, and manager branch of Sohar will report to head office of Bank Muscat located in the Muscat city. So allocates and deploy organizational resources accordingly. They have the resources. For example, they have the financial resources, they have the technical resources, different resources. For example, the senior manager may have the access of opening the lot of account and approving them, but the junior manager may just apply for the account activation. Without the senior manager, that customer account cannot be activated without his permission. So these are IT based, power based resources. Similarly, if you say about these financial resources, senior manager have the budget of 10,000 Omani Riyal to allocate to the team, but the junior manager may have a 500 Omani Riyal to be allocated for a car petrol. So these are the resources, financial resources you can actually give to different levels. So advantages, there are advantages of organizational structure. All the employees are aware of which actually communication channel. For example, what is the communication channel? If I need a leave as a assistant manager, I will ask to IT manager, my manager, and I will copy my email to the HR department if required. Otherwise, if it is the proper line, then I will give application to my IT manager, and IT manager will approve it and then send it to the HR department. This is the way to this is the one of the advantage of organization structure. Everyone knows their position in the business. They know who they are accountable. Means who will ask that why you are not coming to office on time, why you have not completed the task. For example, you have to come and deliver this IT service, and you have to do this networking. So you are accountable for this, and your senior manager would be asking in this regard. So IT, it also shows the link and relationship between different departments. For example, I have already given you this advantage that this link is not just with your boss but also across the departments. For example, HR department has link with your line manager. They will not directly approve your leave without your line manager. So gives everyone a sense of belongingness as they appear on the organization charts. Different position, and they feel that we are part of this family or organization. So we have to work with love and care for each other, because we spend most of the time in this organization and less with family normally. So there are key terms here. If you go with details, these terms are really important. For example, if you go about the authority, means if you are authorized to use 10,000 Omani Riyal. This is your authority. You are authorized to ask the explanation from your subordinate to why you are not coming on time. This is your authority. You are authorized for this. You are authorized to use the car and go to visit the other city if new project is opening. This is you are authorized for this. But some things you are not authorized, then the account you will be accountable for this in this regard. So responsibility, once you have been given the authority, then the responsibility is the other thing. If you are a senior manager, then your responsibility is to run the branch properly, take care of the employees properly, and give them the salary on time, and resolve the complaints, their complaints and the customer complaints. So this is your responsibility. So responsibility and authority goes hands in hand, in a parallel, if you understand. So unity of command, the concept that a person should have one boss and should report to only one person. This is the ideal condition, but normally this is not possible. Why? Because the departments are coordinated, and sometimes you report to other teams as well. Like I have given you many times the example of a project. For example, a project, if you want to win or construct a coastal highway near the Sohar beach, then finance manager, civil engineer, they work as a team, and finally they will come up to build that particular highway or to bid that proposal and construct finally that particular coastal highway. So delegation, assigning authority to another person. I cannot do the job completely. If I am the CEO of the Bank Muscat, I cannot open the bank account. I cannot deal with the troubleshooting of application. I cannot do directly these things. I need to delegate my authority to the other people, so that the task should be divided, and they should be authorized to activate the account. They should be authorized to activate the bank app, and these things are really important. So these are the delegations. And let's continue with the centralization, means the degree to which decision making is more centralized. Even let's say my application for leave will be approved by HR department or by my CEO, or every my car need to be issued, or we need to purchase a new car for the manager, then in this regard or for this situation we will contact CEO, or it is also the authority with the manager finance. So if it is distributed, then it is not centralized. But if every decision has to be taken by the one person, then it is more centralized. So decentralization is the opposite, and chain of command is the continuous line of authority. Main finance, assistant manager finance will approve your budget, then manager finance will approve your budget, then finally CEO will sign this budget to confirm your this authority. Now if we talk about the span of control, that is actually decide if the span of control, if it the span of control is the number of subordinates working directly under you. So for example, under CEO, if you see directly, there could be two directors under him, one director finance, director marketing, and director HR, let's say three people. Then under those directors, let's say three people more are working. For director finance, there are three finance manager. For director marketing, three marketing manager. For director HR, three your HR manager. Then six HR managers for one department, six assistant HR, six finance manager under finance department. So this is the span is actually increasing in this regard, and we will talk about this number in our next slide. So this is a proper relationship. We will talk more in our class. So if you see this example, you see they assume the span of control of 4. You see at the 5 hierarchies you may have 5,000 employees if you properly follow this control. At first level you have 4 employees, 1, then 4 are reporting, then you see 16, then 64, and finally if you have one person with 8 assistant managers or the managers, then you see there are 5 level of the managements. Means you may have a workers over here, then your supervisor, then the middle managers, then managers, and then the top management team or a CEO. So these are the numbers and span of control. You understand, 4 or 8. This is, we will work more on these numbers in our class. So span of control, and we have this a practical example where you have a managing director, and then the managing director you have these marketing director, finance, operation, and HR, and as I have already elaborated, they help you to how to organize your structure so that you could achieve organizational goal or departmental goal. If the departments will work, then the organizations work. If IT department is not working, or HR department is not working, or finance is not working properly, then you cannot achieve the organizational goal properly. So let's go further. Advantage of a long and short, actually you have a long chain of command and a short chain of command. We will discuss it more in the class. So if you see applying the organization structure like departmentalization, means you have departments. If you see, you have the online customers manager, you have the retail customers manager. At Lulu Sohar, if you assume there different departments are there, then the wholesale customers, they deal it with like a customer wise and department wise in this regard. So if you go with the departments, then it is about the finance, human resource, and marketing. Then go further, you have another form where you have product wise departmentalization, like your electronics product at Lulu, and you may have a fresh products like food and electronics, and you have a manager for each product. Then it is product type departmentalization. Similarly, you may have a geographical type. For example, you may have a manager for Sohar branch, you have a senior manager for Baraka branch, you may have a senior branch for Faraj branch. So this is means location wise, that is why it is called geographical wise. So this is all about the organization structure. We will do more activities. Thank you again, and see you in the next module. Assalamu alaikum.